So it comes around really quick now. This is a look at the new number ones coming out and important issues coming out in May 2024. So focusing on Image, DC, and Marvel. And for a change this time, we'll start with Image. So the first standout important issue is the Free Comic Book Day, and they're doing a Free Comic Book Day Energon Universe Special Edition. So the cover's just blank at the moment, so no idea what's on it, but it says discover 3 all-new stories from the Energon universe with stunning revelations for the worlds of Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Void Rivals from the biggest names in comics, and it's a perfect jumping on point for new readers and a can't miss for long-term fans. So I've been enjoying the Energon universe, but I'm not going to be carrying on with it. I'm stopping after number 6 of Transformers because I like Daniel Warren Johnson doing everything, so I'll stop there because I hold no sentimental attachment to Transformers, and if I do want to read it in future I'll just get it on digital, but I know a lot of people love it and it's their childhood, and fair play to them, it was just something that never I got attached to. So yeah, it's exciting for those who are following the Energon universe. I think it's really good how they're keeping it tied together but not too closely tied together. But one I am excited for, and it's a 5-issue series. This is issue number 1. It's by Scotty Young and the artist Jorge Corona, who they did work together before. I've forgotten the name of the title. It was that one about a woman who moves into a haunted house and she kind of falls in love with a ghost. But this one is called Ain't No Grave. That's the cover. It's very bright today, so I'm not sure if it will show very well. So Jorge Corona's doing the artwork. Scott Young's writing it. 5 issues. First issue is a big 48-page issue, $5.99. And oh yeah, the series that they worked on together was the Me You Love in the Dark. That was a really, really good series. So it teamed up again for this. And it says it's a Western fantasy series for mature readers told through a Guillermo del Toro-esque lens. And it says Ryder puts her violent past behind her when she falls in love with and becomes a mother, but that was before she learned it was all going to be taken away, and now she has to pick up her guns once again and ride to kill the one who's behind the threat. So first issue is a double-length issue, no adverts, and $5.99. So yeah, I think I will be picking that up. And then let's have a look. There's another one which looks really good. Damn it, Image. I'm trying to budget. This is a 3-issue series. This is written by Sean Lewis, solid writer, and art is by Jonathan Marks Barachevia, who I'm not familiar of, but it's called Bear Pirate Viking Queen. I'm just going to have to do a very fuzzy blow up of it. Because when I tried to enlarge it, it came up with Blood Commandment for some reason. But it's 3 issues, $4.99, but listen to this, 72 pages. If this was a Marvel comic, it'd be charging like $40, calling it an omnibus. But this is from Sean Lewis, writer of Kingspawn, and of course he did Above Snakes as well. And it's a blood-spattered story of conquest, bears, pirates, Vikings and queens. Oh my, I put the oh my in. All battling for their claim to determine what the world will become. And it's rendered in stunning watercolour by artist Jonathan Marks Barachevia. But 72 pages, $4.99, 3 issues, very good value. This one I am going to be getting from Joe Casey, who's had a renaissance of late. He's doing the Kneel Before Zod, and he did Dutch recently, and this is similar in feel to Dutch. So basically it's about a series like Image-like superheroes from the 90s, and this is 30 years later, so they're all like in the late middle age, and it continues from there. So it's 32 pages, yeah, $3.99. Writer is Joe Casey, artwork is Paul Fry, who did a lot of really good artwork in the 90s and early 2000s. Pardon me. Early 2000s. And so it says, 30 years ago, Blood Squad 7 was America's most popular superhero team. Its members were seen on television, magazine covers, scoring million-dollar endorsement deals. There were celebrities and they were everywhere. But that was then, and this is now. And so a new generation of modern day heroes takes up the mantle. So these are the next generation of this team, this fictional team. Well, all superhero teams are fictional, but take up the mantle, or perhaps the poison chalice, fulfilling a promise made decades ago to be the heroes that a fraction of America needs. So I'll show you one of the covers if it will allow me. But I like this. It looks like a fun deconstruction of superheroes. Joe Casey reminds me very much of Grant Morrison, where he deconstructs superheroes really well, but while showing a deep love for superhero lore. So yeah, $3.99, monthly title. That's on my pull list. And then there's a one shot. I don't know if this is a collection or if it's an original graphic novel, but it's $12.99, 160 pages from Rob Liefeld. Very dividing artist. Some people love him, some people don't like him. I just think he's extremely average. Who got lucky at the right time. And it's written and drawn by him, allegedly. You never know with him. And it's Bloodstrike is back. I don't care. I've never followed Youngblood or any of his other characters, but if you're into that, if that's your bag, if it's your nostalgia high, then go for it. Because I know he does have a big fan base still. But yeah, from what I can guess off of it, looks like it's either an original series or it's a series that was meant to be monthly, but it never released it that way, so they're releasing it like that. So $12.99, 160 pages, and that is Bloodstrike Battle Blood. And that is it, I think, for... here we go. Did I tell a lie? There's a new number one coming out from Rick Remender. Artwork and written by Rick Remender and Brian Posehn. He seems to be doubling up with a lot of writers. Maybe that's why he can do so many new comics at the moment. And the art is by Brett Parson and Moreno Dinesio. It's called Grommet, 7-issue series. And $3.99, 32 pages. And it says two best friend outcasts navigate the Sacramento suburbs of 1984, where they find a home in skateboard culture and punk rock. On one side of the coin, Grommets is an authentic look at 80s skate culture, a snapshot of the generation that turned skating into a worldwide phenomenon, and on the other it's a heartfelt coming-of-age story that follows two friends from troubled homes as they navigate their damage in an era no one cared. So looks more like a Jeff Lemire kind of book more than a Rick Remender. He doesn't normally do slice of life, so this could be quite refreshing. But I've started just buying Remender on digital just for budget reasons. I'm trying to stick with certain writers on certain formats, but that's one of the covers. If it will show, really, like I said, it's really bright today. But yeah, I think that'll be a fun read. I do think I'll be reading it in one format or the other, and I think he's got a good track record, put it that way. So the Remenderverse is expanding into quite interesting areas now. So I think that is it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm just going to pause the video, and then when I start it up again, we'll look at DC, okay? Okay, so this is DC, and the big number one on DC's releases for May is The Boy Wonder by Juni Barr. It's a Black Label 5-issue series starting in May. Let me just get some more info on it. I'm going off the Bleeding Cool website, and I don't like how they show their listings. Oh, bear with me, it's so messy. Here we go. So yeah, so it's written by Juni Barr and it's also drawn by him. I don't know about this one. I think I'll wait for the collected edition. The artwork looks fantastic, but it is $5.99 an issue. If it's the Prestige Plus, then I might buy it. If it's just standard fare, it's a lot of money for a 32-page comic. But like I said, if it's done like the Waller versus Wildstorm, I might pick it up because that was a really nice format, and the paper was so high quality. It was really good. But it's an adult. It's a grown-up book. It's an adult 17 plus rated book, and it says the young Prince Damian Wayne was raised to be the heir to the fearsome League of Assassins, to follow in the footsteps of his deadly mother Talia and Demon's Head himself, his grandfather Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul. But everything changed when his father, the Batman, reclaimed him and brought him back to Gotham City. As Robin, young Damian suddenly discovers he was merely one of a number of princes preceded in the role by his brothers Nightwing, Red Hood and Red Robin, and Damian doesn't care to be merely anything. So yes, so it'll be going deep into his personality, so it could be a fun read. I'll definitely get it in one form or the other, either in the singles or wait for the collected. So that's definitely one to look out for. Pardon me, I'm really snotty today. I do apologise for that. You don't want to hear me doing that. This isn't a number one, but it's the start of the end of a series. Well, not of a series, but of a creative run. Don't know if that shows. Oh, lighting's shocking in here today. Nightwing 114. It's part one of a 5-part story, and it's called Fallen Grayson by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, and this is the end of the collective run on Nightwing, so both of them will be leaving after this. So who comes on after this, I don't know, or if they'll just cancel it and relaunch it as a brand new number one, I don't know. But it's been a very, very highly praised run, and I know a lot of people will be sad when it finishes. I'm collecting in the collected editions, so that'll be $4.99. Wow, which is only 32 pages, so I think that's a bit dear, but there we go. Because it was $4.99 for 40 pages before with Nightwing. Just scrolling down, just see if there's any other standouts or number ones. I do like how DC are releasing the comics at the moment. They're not flooding the market. They bring out enough so you can still afford to get the new titles without worrying about budget, whereas Marvel, as you'll find out when we get to that, they've gone silly again. Really, really silly. Their new title for an event they're doing, it comes to $200. It's crazy. But we'll come to that in a few minutes. But looking at it, this appears to be the only things. Oh, the other things of note, but it's not listed on here. There's going to be a free comic book day about an event that's coming up by Mark Waid and Don Mora are leading the event. I think it's called Absolute Power, if I remember rightly. I could be completely wrong. But that's getting a lot of buzz at the moment, and it'll be highlighted in the free comic book day issue. Okay, so that's that. So I'll pause the video again and we'll look at Marvel. Okay, I'm just going to have a drink because this could take a while because Marvel's, again, literally. I'm learning to love a few Marvel titles, but they're just releasing too much products. Again, it's saturation, and I just don't think it's fair on comic readers. Less is more. What they're doing is just it's like just vomiting comics. And some of the comics that I love, like Gods, is stopping in number 8. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on, Marvel! You finally done a grown-up comic, and now it's stopping. Yeah, granted, it might be coming back, but yeah, or just stop for a month and come back with give them the artist time. But no. And anyway, that's a story for another day. So the big thing for Marvel is Blood Hunt. There we go. Really badly. Sorry, it's so bright today. Sun's shining right through. But it's 5-issue series. Jed MacKay is the writer on it. Pepe Larraz is the artist. Now, initially I was thinking about buying this, but you'll find out why I'm not going to in a bit. So it's 40 pages, $5.99 for 40 pages. Okay, that's one point I've maybe put off from buying it. Or you can get the bloody version, which is a polybag. It's got 8 extra pages, and it's $6.99 for a 48-page comic, which won't be 48 pages. There'll be adverts in there as well. That's called the Red Band Edition, and basically what this is, it says it's the bloodiest Marvel event ever. The skies have gone dark. The sun hiding its face from the carnage to come. The children of the night, the vampires, have risen from the dark and hidden places of the world as once had drowned the Marvel Universe in blood. Ooh. And Earth's final night has fallen. Can even the heroes of this doomed world stem the tide of blood that is to come? And it's crossing over into a shit load of comics. It says Johnny Avengers, Blade, Bloodline, Spider-Man, Hunter's Moon, Tigra, Doctor Strange, and Clear as the Dance of Death begins with Blood Hunt #1. But it doesn't stop there for this month. Well, it does because my screen's frozen. 1 second. Here we go. So you get issue 1 of Blood Hunt, and then you get issue 2 of Blood Hunt, all in the same week, and that's $4.99 for just 32 pages. So it'd be 20 story pages. And that's not all. Then you have Dracula Blood Hunt #1 of 3. This is by Danny Law, writer. They're bringing out all these comics, and it's done by creators who they're kind of mid-range, and because there's just so much stuff constantly bringing out, it's people you don't know, and so the qualities could be like so it's 3 issues, and it says Blade is Dracula's ultimate nemesis, the most formidable vampire hunter in the world, and Blade is blah blah blah. So yeah, focus on Blade and Dracula Blood Hunt. 3 issues by Danny Law, Vincenzo Carotto on the art, and again that'll be $4.99. So it's going to be very if you're following this event, you're going to be your bank account's going to be crying, because after that there's Midnight Suns Blood Hunt, 3 issues. Brian Hill writer, good art writer. Gemma Peralta, he's an average artist. 3 issues. So it's focusing on the team of the Midnight Suns, the team that was formed in the 90s. $4.99, 3 issues again. So yeah, again they're dealing with a vampire threat. It doesn't give you much more details than that. And then there's Union Jack, the Ripper Blood Hunt, 3 issues again, by Cavan Scott, good writer, Kev Walker, good artist. But again, it's unnecessary. I don't think any of these will have an impact on the main series itself. 3 issues, $4.99 each. Then Blood Hunters 1 of 4, Mark Russell, good writer, Chris Gage, good writer. But this is a series of short stories, so it's like an anthology. $4.99 again, 4 issues. So yeah, focusing on different characters from like the horror universe of Marvel. So Man-Wolf, Cloak, and a team called the Blood Hunters themselves. Looks like a Greg Lang cover. So there we go. Greg Lang's used to sell it. So if you want rotoscopes or traced porn images of porn actresses put in superhero clothes, then get that. It'll be, if that's your bag. And then there's a Black Panther tie-in as well. Black Panther Blood Hunt, 3 issues. This is the first one by Sherilyn Eaton. Never heard of them. Art by Farid Karame. Never heard of them. $4.99, 3 issues. Again, Black Panther finds himself transformed into a vampire, which won't last for long because it never does. It's just for the story. And then Venom gets. Then it affects all the ongoing series like Venom, Moon Knight, Avengers of Moon Knight, Avengers. Strange Academy gets a series, 3 issues, but not by the Strange Academy team. It's by Daniel Jose Older, never heard of him. Luigi Zagaria, never heard of him. The only thing from the original team is Humberto Ramos on the cover. Again, 3 issues, $4.99 each. And then it carries on into Doctor Strange, and Amazing Spider-Man gets a 3 issue series, so it doesn't affect the main series, but he has an extra series on top. Written by Justina Ireland, never heard of her. Marcelo Ferreira on the artwork, never heard of them. So yeah, it just says Web Slinger's main vampire villain Michael Mobius say ever fights, basically, for 3 issues, $4.99. Then it does carry on into the main Amazing Spider-Man series. So this is getting really confusing now. I don't know why they've done an extra Amazing Spider-Man series on top of the normal Amazing Spider-Man series. But there we have it, and so that'll be another $4.99. And so it carries on through that. And there's a standout issue for people. Basically, by standouts, I mean this is where Marvel asked you for a lot of money. It's Amazing Spider-Man 50, because of course they've been releasing it weekly for a bit, and then it went bi-weekly as well, so it's been coming out a lot. So the main writer of Zeb Wells, and then it's got backup stories like they always do in the big issues by various writers, including Marv Wolfman, Ed McGuinness on artwork with Terry Dodson and more. And it's going to cost you $9.99 for 80 pages, so that'll be about 60 story pages, 50 story pages, something like that. So, yeah, Marvel's throwing everything at the Blood Hunt event, and like I said, it's a hell of a lot of titles, so if you're willing to invest in it, then go for it. For me, I think if I do try it, I might just get the miniseries, but I won't get it in comic format. I'll wait 6 months to get it digitally when it's reduced at a cheap price. Then there's a miniseries of the retro range, what they're doing, another Venom one. This one's called Venom Separation Anxiety, again by David McElhinney, and Gerardo Sandoval on the artwork. Let's have a look. He's made a new enemy, basically. There we go. I'm getting a bit tired of the retro ones, because it'd be okay if the retro one try something new, but it's just like they're just rehashing, repeating what was done with the original stories, which were better. Then there's a Deadpool and Wolverine World War III comic. This I'm sure will get a lot of buzz because of the writer and artist, Joe Kelly, Deadpool's best writer, according to a lot of fans, and Adam Kubert on the art, who's always a solid artist, and a variant cover by Rob Liefeld, but apparently he's now not doing any more Deadpool. Until somebody says, Rob, give me some more money. But who cares? I don't. But it's 40 pages, $4.99, so not a bad price, but we'll see how it goes. But apparently it's going to be quite a violent one. I don't know if you can see that, so that could be a fun one to get. I might even buy that, so I'll see. If I've got a bit of money left in my budget, I might pick it up, because it's only 3 issues. The art does look quite good as well. And I do like Joe Kelly as a writer. I think he's very underappreciated nowadays. One thing I don't like about Marvel nowadays is how they don't utilise the original talent pool, like Joe Kelly, Peter David, Joe Casey, and others. It seems when they get past say 50, they just put them on retro titles or little minis or whatever. When I'd love to see them on some of the bigger titles, but that's by the by. One thing I am definitely interested in is, it's pricey though. It's a Doom one shot, and it's by Jonathan Hickman and Sanford Green. It's a great artist, great writer. That's 2 of the covers. Don't know if it picks up on the screen there. So yeah, it's just a one shot. Don't know why this is quite random. It says they send Doom on a journey unlike any he's been on before. With Valeria Richards at his side, Doom goes on a quest to harness more power than any human has ever wielded before in order to try and stop Galactus from bringing about the death of the universe. 56 pages, $6.99. I'm just wondering if there'll be graphs and charts in it. And I do like Jonathan Hickman, so I will get that if I've got a bit of money left over. And then there's Helverine, which I don't have any familiarity. I don't like these gimmicky characters, what they create. I'm not really a big fan of Venom, even when he first came out, because it was just like a twist on Spider-Man. I just don't like these type of characters, but I know that there's a big fan base for them. So Helverine's basically Ghost Rider blended with Wolverine, and I think he appeared in a mini-series, crossover series what I did between Ghost Rider and Wolverine last year, and it's a 4-issue series, $4.99, and that's the main cover. Don't know if it shows. So, one I am definitely going to be getting for a number of reasons. One, they're actually doing a mature reader's comic. It's coming out on the Max label, what's not been used in a long time. and it's by Garth Ennis and Jason Burrows, who work so well together. And it's Punisher, the original Punisher, and it's set in the 60s during the Vietnam War, and it's Get Fury. So two of my favourite Marvel characters, the original Fury and the original Punisher, and one of my favourite action/war writers, Garth Ennis. So 5-issue series, and the price is good as well. 32 pages, $3.99. I wonder if Garth Ennis said he wants it to be affordable for everybody. So it's set in 1971. There's a raging war in Vietnam, and Nick Fury has been captured by the Viet Cong. At this moment, they don't quite understand that they have in their possession a man who knows enough secrets to damage the United States beyond comprehension. The CIA, however, does realise this, and they can't risk their enemy getting those secrets, so they send in Frank Castle. So that'll be fun. There's another one of these giant size comics, this time focusing on the X-Men. Andy Shenton is the head writer on it, art by Lee Ferguson, but then these really piss me off because the rip-offs, you get one story, fine, new story, but then the backup is a reprint from Marvel 2 in 168 by Mark Greenwood and Ralph Macchio. I don't get it. And it's 48 pages and they're charging you $6.99 for that. No, I will not get. But if that's your bag, go for it. But I think, judging by the look of it, I think that's everything. So yeah, Marvel's they're getting better. It's nice to see that they've bring some more mature comics in. So my one for Marvel that I'll be getting definitely of the new titles will be the Get Fury one, the Punisher Max series. From Image, it will definitely be the new Joe Casey one. From DC, I will get the Robin Black Label, but I've not decided on how I'm going to get it, whether I'm going to wait for the collection or if it's a Prestige Plus comic, and then I'll get it that way. So hope some of those are of interest to you, and speak to you soon. Bye.